Friday, the 2nd of April, 1982. Argentina invades the Falkland Islands over a long-standing dispute between Argentina and Britain over territory. British government, who was under Margaret Thatcher's rule, dispatched a naval task force to fight the Argentinian air and naval forces. However, people are unaware of the fact that the war was not only fought over the Falklands, but also the Sandwich and South Georgia Islands. Step 1. The beginning of the conflict. Britain uses the Falklands and Sandwich Islands as military bases for the Navy and the Air Force in this region. However, Argentina has always wanted to own these islands as they believe they are theirs by right. Step 2. Early growth. The first act of war came from Argentina, when a group of Argentinian scrap metal merchants raised the Argentinian flag on South Georgia. In response to this, the British dispatched the Stanley Ice Patrol ship. Argentina then sent in the military to invade the Falklands and Sandwich Islands, bringing forward their invasion date from the 3rd to the 2nd of April to be there before the British. This shocked the British, as they were surprised by Argentina's act of war. Step 3. Deadlock. Argentina took over certain areas of the island, waiting for the larger British forces to arrive. British arrived on naval ships, and the Air Force following later. Argentina used Air Force with the French's Exocet missiles on British naval ships, and a lot of ground fighting took place. Argentina had the greater advantage, as it was easier for them to bring in new supplies and soldiers, while the British had to fight with what they had brought with them. The British had better tactics than the Argentinians, as they used hundreds of years of experience as their tactic. Step 4. Looking for a way out. Just 74 days after the war began, Argentina surrendered, leaving the islands still under British rule. Argentina surrendered after so many casualties were caused by the British surprise attacks in the night. The final prize for the British was regaining control of Port Stanley. Step 5. Settling the conflict. The Falklands still belonged to the British, and diplomatic relations between Britain and Argentina resumed in 1990, but differences still remain over who should own the islands. The referendum. In 2013, Argentina yet again wanted to rule the islands for the same reasons why the war began in 1982. This time, this caused a referendum in which the islanders had to vote for which country to rule the islands. The votes were counted, and 1,513 voted to stay British, whilst only 3 voted to become Argentinian. Therefore, the islands are still under British rule. The Argentinian President Cristina Kirchner is still demanding talks of Britain of who should own the islands. And here are some quotes from Mark Marley and Dr. Andrew McIntyre.